Yes, a quick introduction. I'm Louise. I'm the founder of Clear Organics. I'm so excited to announce Kinda Show is entering season 2, Kinda Show 2.0. What is it all about? Along with Clear Organics, we are so proud to call ourselves very first kind beauty in the world. Kinda Show has evolved. With the new mission, we are here to extend the kindness inspiration into sustainability, into as well as empowering women and youth. So that is how we want to create together with our ecosystem. We could create a brighter and a kinder community. Yeah, guys, put your hand together. Let's welcome our VIP today, Miss Yuan. Hi, Miss Yuan.
Hello, just call me Yuan, okay, Louis? Come on, call me
Yuan.
Yuan.
Yuan,
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
back to the concept of beauty, our topic today, because I want to say the idea of beauty is always shifting from back then to nowadays, and it's always and the traditionally we always women's values always reflected by how beautiful women is, right? And nowadays it's very different, and standard for beauty also differs for everyone. And nowadays we call it we are all beautiful, the new world. We are everyone is beautiful, right? And regardless whether you're staying at home or you are full-time working mom, it's important of always how do we present ourselves, like how you and project yourself as a role model. That's we always want to learn from you. Like how what do you think? What's your definition of beauty? Like back to
I
you.
definitely think beauty is a changing term.
Mm,
Is defined for us by the older generation. So
mm,
whatever sense of beauty that we are subjected to during our days, especially when we were younger, when we are more fragile, is what the previous generation has left behind for us. So what we know and what we can do for our next generation is that we need to define beauty in such a dynamic way so that our next generation not only live it up, not only be the best versions of themselves when we say they're beautiful, but it's also to ensure that we're not hurting people that more than we should. I think there is so much standard of beauty that is unfair, that was altered by, let's say, the media. Back in the days when it's just traditional media, when it's just the television, when it's just newspaper, when it's just magazines, and that's all you have, that's all the access you have. So
mm,
the kind of women that's on the cover, the kind of girls that's on the film, the kinds of women reading the news, for example, look a certain way, and
mm.
they define that as beauty. And so people who are watching, we have no say. We just have to accept it. Okay, this is
Mm.
what the society judgment or society think is beautiful.
Right.
So that's what it is. So you would never dare to even think you are anywhere near beautiful. You will never think that you are as good, if not better. And I think that's a pity, because I think
Yeah.
beauty needs to be defined by, it can be defined by anyone. It's
Mm.
not a fixed word. It's a word that describes not just your external self, but it's also your internal self. And your external self, the physical self, um, it lies in the beauty of the beholder. It lies in how people relate to you. It lies in how people are working with you.
Right.
It's relationship. It's a relationship. A description is not just. It's not a. It's not something that is that doesn't have room to grow. There's just so much space for it to grow. So because of that, I think it's very important that we now define what beauty is, so that our next generation and generations after that can enjoy and can appreciate beauty very differently. Appreciation of beauty, it's something we
Mm.
need to talk about. Before this, we only talk about it
Mm.
dictated. Now we have this freedom. We need to redefine beauty. Then how
Yeah.
do you define someone that's beautiful? How do you say it?
Mm.
For me, I first and foremost, when I see anyone,
Mm.
that's the first thing. Oh, you're so beautiful,
Mm.
because there's just so much beauty in people. When you choose to see that, when you choose to see beauty in other people, they become beautiful. So, which means it's also very much about how the kind of what are you looking at when you look at beauty, right? It's not just how high the nose is, how big the eyes are, how
Mm.
your face fit together. That's really not enough as beautiful. Beautiful is just so big, so much bigger, that I feel like most of the time we're just too shallow to define it properly. So if
Right.
we look further, beauty is also in the way you laugh, in the way your eyes twinkle, in the ways you are reacting to me, in the ways you're responding, the ways you speak certain things, in your accent, in the way you grind your teeth or wiggle a little bit of your nose, or the way you speak with your hands movement. It's everything that comes
Yeah.
together. For me, everyone is beautiful.
For those we go into topic number 2. How do we make use of confidence? And confidence is not something that you can be born with it. And how do we find our own confidence? For those who probably especially for someone who has been, let's just say, has been sacrificed their own career, been spending time in the family, and they haven't been spending a lot of time in the community or socializing, and somehow they sort of lose their confidence, or they see themselves differently. How do we gain back that one, and how do we find our self-worth?
Confident isn't the only word. I also think you can also afford to be a different kind of confidence. So confident can be described. For me, confidence is not just it and all. You can be quiet confidence.
Right.
You can be intelligent confidence. You
Mhm.
can be um, aggressively confident. You can add on other description to make confidence something that you own. So you don't need to just be the confidence that people think you should be, because first and foremost, just like beauty, you can
Mm.
define what it is. You get to define it, and you get to define what it means by, okay, I have been away from work for 5 years watching my children grow, and now I want to go back to work. And when
Yeah.
I want to go back to work, I am quite confident about the fact that I have gained a lot of new insights about life because I spend so much time with my children. Now, that
Mm.
confidence is also very important. It's a mindset shift about how you look at yourself. It's very little, it's less important what people think of you. If you don't think of it, you don't think of yourself first. So, first and foremost, is how are you describing yourself? How are you
Mm.
thinking of yourself? How are you going to, what kind of descriptive words are you going to be using on yourself? And if
Mm.
you're saying confidence, you can also balance confidence with a little bit of vulnerability, with a little bit of flaw, with a little bit of, playfulness, or with a lot of quietness. You can, and you can own it too. You don't
Mhm.
have to be stuck trying to think what is everyone's standard of confidence. I think that's bollocks.
Oh, wow. That's mind blowing. That's a whole new definition of confidence, guys. Yeah, we used to think that, yeah, like you always say, people just tell us, just be confident lah. But how to be confident? How? Right? But now come to think of it, we can actually define our own confidence. We own it ourselves. We bring it and find our own version of confidence that really belongs to ourselves. And all big
So I
all
guess the question needs to also be like, so I mean, everybody will have this question, right? Okay, so I understand somewhat confidence. I
mm,
understand how to be confident. I mean, I understand maybe a little bit what confidence is, but how do we be more confident? Maybe. I know
mm,
Maureen say it's self-esteem, but actually, if you think about it, self-esteem and confidence are actually very different. So you can have a high self-esteem, and
mm,
if for me, self-esteem is a lot more internal, and confidence is a lot more external. It's a lot more how you're projecting, you're
mm,
projecting yourself. So if that's the case, then to be confident, I always think is first and foremost, you must first understand yourself thoroughly, and you must embrace and love. If you don't have that, it's going to come out like, it's missing something. So please
mm,
love self lots, embrace, and then think about projecting yourself, and you can
mm.
choose to project yourself differently in different situations. Like I said, confidence is not just a word that needs to stand alone on its own. You
Mm.
really can add on more descriptive word to it to sort of like bring about the kind of confidence you want to showcase. You can be vulnerable and confident.
What is your exclusive tips? And usually, how do you practice? How do you love yourself and be comfortable with yourself?
I think we need to make sure we take some time away from everything and just be with ourselves. Um, Being with yourself means that giving yourself some time to listen to what you are thinking, listen to what you are saying, listen to also what you want to express. And usually, this expression is best through writing. So, if you take a pencil or a pen, or a pen that you really love that flows well when you write and don't have to press too hard, and any paper, napkins, whatever, scrap paper, whatever, or a really nice notebook, whichever, and start writing nonstop for 5 minutes. It doesn't matter what you write, right? You just keep on writing, whatever for 5 minutes, and then fold it and keep it away. The point is not to read it; is not so important. The point is to be able to express yourself. But then a week later, or maybe tomorrow, take it out again and read it, and then you discover a different side to yourself, and that is something that you will feel like, I forgot this about me? Ah, yes, this is something that I do care about. I do want to have a say about, for example. So I think having time to yourself means that you gotta put this away, this phone away. When you wake up, do not scroll. Do not scroll. Everything else can wait. It's not so important. It's really about breathing in and then telling yourself, how do I feel now? I feel really nice. I feel like today I'm going to do this. I'm excited about this. Those things are very important. When you drive, don't listen to radio. Don't listen to a podcast. I'm not saying don't listen to it. Don't listen all the time. Don't listen. Stop listening. I'm saying have some time to allow yourself to just drive in
Peace.
peace, and then listen to what you are thinking. Listen
Oh.
to what sometimes you say, and that would be a surprise, and that would get you to know yourself a little bit better. You will kind of notice how you've grown, how you change, how you actually have a opinion, how you actually do feel about something, and that I think a lot of times we forget to do with ourselves. We're so busy, we forgot to get to know ourselves, and that's a
Mm.
waste.
Awesome, very interesting and very empowering and inspiring today. Thank you so much, Yuan. And guys, and if we and anyone come to connection, please connect with Yuan, the Women Girls, Kaki Seni, and be part of the culture and the empowerment, women empowerment. Thank you so much, Yuan. If you like to
Thank
explore
you,
more leadership,
Louis.
thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Good night,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, this is we call it Claire knows how. We knows how to do, and this is how we share. And I'll be sharing aromatherapy tips, beauty tips, how to use essential oil. Do you know essential oil? We do not just use it for diffuser, but how else do we use it, right? We learn about share about tips on self-love, self-care tips, so much more exciting sharing tips coming up in this corner for all of you in like coming starting from today. I'll be sharing about how to fix your chapped lips. Just now we had a little bit of sneak peek coming up on screen, right? Chapped lips, and one of the things that everyone has been experienced since MCO. Why do we have that problems right now? Because we wear so much of mask. Do you forget to drink your water, right? And you wear mask all the time, or some of you might have lips that is sensitive and reacting to the mask, that the material inside the mask that can be reacting to your lips or the area of your lips. So, and also make sure you have the lip balm that is very moisturizing and uses of course organic or natural plant-based. That's the best. Why? Because when you use when you apply any sort of lip balm, you sort of it more or less when you drink, when you eat, it goes to you, goes into your body, you absorb into your body. So do not try your best to avoid all kinds of lip balm that has contained chemicals, synthetics, colorings, or even artificial fragrances, or all sorts of preservatives. Avoid all kinds of those because ultimately it's going to go into your body, right? Of course, drink plenty of water, right? And use and when we stay in the air conditioning, but nowadays I believe if it's not 24 hours, at least 12 hours, we are in under the environment of with aircon full blast, right? Because so hot, the hot weather, we need to stay under the aircon full blast. So that everyone doesn't know that aircon actually dries our skin and dries, of course, our lips get dry too. So if you stay under aircon all the time, probably you need to use a humidifier or a mist diffuser that comes with mist, right? So that helps to humidify the air, not so dry for you. And of course, when a lot of us before we apply lipstick, don't forget to protect your lips. Okay, how do we do that? Apply a layer of lip balm before your lipstick. Okay, so second layer only put on your lipstick, that you have a protection layer. And we talk about wearing masks all the time, right? So if you before you wear your mask, always have a protection layer. Apply a layer of lip balm first before you wear your mask. Okay, my personal tips is a lot of people don't know how to use our lip balm and making it into full potential on daytime. You use as lip balm, right? Daytime use as lip balm, but nighttime is a lip mask. Okay, so it's like a day and night we cover daytime lip balm and nighttime lip mask. How do we use a lip mask? As simple as before you sleep, apply it very full layer, 2 or 3 layer, very thick layer. Okay, then you go to sleep. That is your lip mask. So that is when you wake up and in the next morning feeling your lips very soft and gentle and plump. Okay, not dry and cracking. Okay, so that is especially if you have those problems with dry, cracking, chapped lips. Do not peel. Do not try to even if we are saying we do not lick it so much with your saliva, it could dry your lips further. So yeah, yes, okay, that's all for today. Have a great evening, everyone. Good night. Bye.